Hi, my name is Chantal Munnings, and this is my EDC1200 Assignment 2 presentation. Recently, a magazine named Marie Claire featured model Jennifer Hawkins on their front cover. In a bid to promote positive body awareness, the magazine photographed Jennifer nude and only wearing makeup. They also left the photo untouched and free of digital enhancement. The magazine cover was heavily supported by the Butterfly Foundation, who are an organisation that helps people who are affected by eating disorders and other body image issues. The General Manager, Julie Parker of the Butterfly Foundation, said that by showing flaws on the model's figure, such as a dimple in her thigh and a crease on her waist, would hopefully prompt some discussion about body image. Julie Parker acknowledges that talking about digital enhancement only covers a small part of the broad spectrum of body image issues, but feels this is an important start as young Australian women are afraid that they don't know what they're seeing anymore and whether these images are real or not. The magazine believes by doing this they are giving people what they want to see, which is untouched photos that are natural and not digitally enhanced. There has been response to the photo, with people asking why they used a supermodel and not a more average looking woman. And they've responded in answering to this by saying they were hoping to create a lot of awareness with this magazine cover and felt that it would not be as successful if they used, and I quote, an ordinary woman. Let's have a look at some statistics to suggest why this is a growing concern in Australia. So what we're going to talk about is how teachers might be able to implement lesson ideas into their curriculum and teach children about positive body image. These lesson ideas are planned for children in years 5 to 9, as this is a known sensitive period where their bodies are making some noticeable changes. This period is linked to the early onset of childhood eating disorders, both in childhood and adolescence. The main focus of these lessons is to offer support to the students who are having trouble coming to terms with the changes in their body, as well as building positive self-image awareness and building on that. So the learning objectives of this content are that students will be able to listen to each other's ideas on the topic and have a discussion without feeling as if they're in an environment that they're being judged. So it will be a very supportive environment. The questions that we'd like to discuss would be, how do the media images and messages that they see in TV and in magazines affect them? Do they feel pressured to look like these images just to feel normal? Can they tell when something has been retouched or digitally enhanced? And why do they think the media does this to the photos? An activity that the students might be able to engage in would be where the teacher has a slideshow of different images that say the original version and then the retouched version, however only showing one at a time, and allowing the students to try and see if they can identify which one is the natural photo and which one is the retouched image. And this will give them a chance to see if they can start noticing the differences and identifying the differences, which would give them a better concept of what is reality and what is really natural and acceptable, and not trying to fit within unrealistic ideals. activity that you could do in the classroom is maybe up on the board do a big brainstorm of ideas of what personal qualities are and why different people need to have different qualities, and get them thinking beyond just the exterior. An example might be, just to get the ball rolling, if you look at a good runner, they'd need to have big, powerful, strong, muscly legs. That way they can propel their body with power and speed and run really fast. Another example might be something like, you could choose someone they can relate to, like Christina Aguilera, and how she has an amazing voice that sends shivers down your spine. Also, you could talk about, just in general, being a really good friend or a good listener, which is also something that they can relate to amongst their peers. After this activity, I'd split the class into groups and have them, in their groups, come up with 5 different qualities that they find amongst themselves. So they would need to think about what they see in somebody else as a good quality and then note that down. As part of this activity, I'd like to have them do up a big poster within their groups, so including pictures and cutouts and drawings and expressions, all sorts of things, even messages that they write down, like Jack is really great at soccer, or Chloe is always fun to be around, just so that they've got a really good description of the qualities that they possess. And by doing this and having them up on the wall around the classroom, the students will be reminded each day about the great qualities that they have and start to build on that positive self-body image, especially knowing that they're qualities that have been peer-reviewed and that's what their peers consider that they have in them. I think this is something that they would respond to well. Another idea would be to implement some health and nutrition lessons, so talking about what really is a healthy body in terms of activity and health and eating and things like that, maybe could be incorporated within a HPE lesson.